Hello, welcome to episode number 34, right?
34th.
Of the
That's
Gaming Frontier
correct.
podcast. My name is Guillermo Vizcaíno and I will be your host for today. And I'm as always here with my very good friend Adolfo Aguirre. How are you, my friend?
I am super pumped, super excited
Really?
still about
Anything interesting happened this week to you, or why are you so excited?
something minor really, but I think you were there. We had a meeting with Lord Xbox and I can't stress enough how excited I am still. It's wow.
Yes, indeed it is. Before we get straight to that,
Yeah.
just a quick reminder, we are, or Gaming Frontier is, a YouTube gaming channel and also a YouTube gaming podcast in iTunes and in TuneIn through Enlace Tech. We are two guys that love gaming and we like to come here every week and give you our thoughts, predictions, and general analysis of the industry and how it's been evolving throughout the years, and we love it. We are part of the gaming industry ourselves, and so we like to give you that part of that part of the story too. So without further ado, let's talk about something really interesting that happened to us this week. We had the pleasure to be invited to the Xbox Fanfest taking place in Mexico City from November the 11th all the way to November the 13th. So I want to start with you, my friend. Just how exciting was this event for us, really?
It was surreal, man. It was such an incredible experience. I mean, just we were invited by Microsoft, by the wonderful people at ID at Xbox. Were like 2 months ago, I think, and I received the email, and the email said that they wanted to have us on the show, and they were planning to have a special meeting with the developers from Mexico, with Phil Spencer, head of Xbox.
Yes.
Global head of Xbox, right? The one and only Phil Spencer, the one cool dude that we see every year at E3, at Gamescom, at all these wonderful shows.
Someone that we've been really talking about, continuously, right, on the show here, because we really admire the guy. We really think he has done an amazing job in redirecting the Xbox division from that rocky start on 2013 all the way to now with a completely different face, a completely different not a different machine, but a very different way of portraying that machine.
Absolutely.
And a very different focus. So I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Go ahead.
Well, it's pretty much on the same lines, right? We got invited. We went there with the ID at Xbox program, or thanks to the ID at Xbox program. We have a game. You guys know about it. We've talked about it here on the show before. Hunter's Legacy, right?
Right.
And it was truly a milestone to make it, all the way to Steam, right? But we then went a little bit further and worked with Microsoft and Sony to make a port for the consoles. We already announced this. The game is coming to both. And we really were very, very surprised when the mail came for an invite to the FanFest. Now, the FanFest took place in 3 different days, the first of which was a more exclusive event, right, where only 500 fans were granted access to it. Phil and other Microsoft execs like Aaron Greenberg and Dan Ayub and Larry Herb obviously was there too. Some other important people from Xbox Global were there, gave a conference, little sneak peeks of information, very much localized, nothing huge really, some release date for products here in Mexico and whatnot. And then afterwards, as you mentioned, we were fortunate enough to be able to go to this little office over there and talk with Phil Spencer himself alongside the rest of the Mexican studios that are part of ID at Xbox. The meeting was really thrilling, was really something else. We've now confirmed first person, right? First, like on-site live, that the guy is a really, really down-to-earth, guy, not just suit like a lot of people have been in important, positions in different industries around time.
He doesn't even wear a suit, so
That's absolutely right. Yeah, he
cool.
goes around in tennis shoes and
jeans
and whatnot.
shirt.
And
T-shirt.
it's not just a front, right? We talked to him. We were able to share a couple of thoughts with him about the industry, about Mexico, and our place in that industry globally. And he was like really like just another supportive person, right? If you don't know the guy, you might not even think that he's that much of a big deal inside such a big company, because he is really very honest, very frank, very straight to the point, but grounded, and it's really an honor to talk with him and to share our thoughts and impressions with him. And so yeah, we were in this meeting, and I want to ask you, what did we take from it? What was really, the one thing we could grab from that experience? Now, granted, it was not a very long meeting,
Yeah.
but it was, a good opportunity to be there and to leave that dream for a little bit. So what do you took from it?
For me, it was that it's possible to achieve anything that you really want to. I mean, meeting Phil Spencer, it wasn't really our dream, but more of our like fantasy, like something like we dreamt of, but we saw like an impossible thing to achieve, like something very very far away. So, but we as fans of Xbox and gaming, we were like, oh, it would be so cool. Imagine just meeting the guy, and we did it. And we finished school less than a year ago, both of us.
Yeah.
And we met Phil Spencer not as fans of Xbox. Well, we are fans, but we met him as developers, as partners of Microsoft. And yeah, for me, it's a lot about it's possible to do this stuff. It's possible to achieve really anything you really want to, and go high enough. And it's a lot about just the message that I want to get out to developers and people that are aspiring to be developers for Xbox and consoles, really, and that it's something that isn't impossible like it was a few decades ago, right? It's now that it's now something that you can actually do, and Microsoft has the tools to let you do that, and it was something surreal and incredible for me and for you as well, and for everyone at the studio. I mean, just before the game even the event even began, just seeing the picture, this promo for the event on Xbox Mexico's Twitter feed, with the 8 games available at the show, and we saw Cuphead, we Happy Few, and above those in that picture, our game Hunter Legacy. That was like, what? Like, this isn't happening. This is so surreal. And then on the show, during the media briefing, we saw this screen, this displayed on screen, this image with 5 of those 8 games, and one of those being our own Hunter Legacy. That was wow. That was incredible. That was surreal. And during the event, during the show, everything was so special. The people at Xbox, Microsoft, and the ID at Xbox team had a wonderful way of making us feel at home, right?
It's great that you mentioned, actually, ID at Xbox. We've got a couple of interviews in, and one of them asked us, about that experience, right? About how to encourage other developers out there to go out and reach out to the program. And we were really thrilled to share our experience with it. And again, we want to say this and reiterate it once more. There's no fear in it. It really, you have to take away that factor of frightenment when you want to do something like this, right? We apply to the program because we're just tossing stones, see what sticked. And the guys at Xbox really quickly responded and embraced us with this program and gave us the opportunity and the chance to portray and showcase our game.
Yeah.
And the same can apply to anyone out there that has a game, and that, as long as you have the hours and the quality and the effort and, obviously a good product, which most of you probably, it's a lot of people out there with great things in mind and great things working, reach out and you just might have an opportunity like this. It's not really as hard. We were embraced, and we're really thankful for the opportunity. And also, a huge, we've talked about Phil and plenty, but there's also a lot of other people we were able and grateful to talk with, people like Esteban Lora, who are, partners of Microsoft globally, some people from Xbox Mexico, I don't really remember the last name of the girl, Tere. Rodriguez, who is a PR executive on Xbox Mexico, to Juan Carlos Plasencia, who was our handler with the ID at Xbox program, and a lot of different names that I'm sorry, guys, if I don't mention every one of you, or if we don't mention
a lot of people
along the show, but
we're
really thankful with all of you guys. As far as the ID at Xbox program go, I want to know your thoughts, your opinions on not just, the process of going in, But also, once in there, what we were able to see, right? What we were able to share with the other developers, how good, how bad, how much can we get from it, and how much more can we expect it to go, beyond this point.
You could smell a lot of excitement over at the idea at Xbox's place on the
Smell. I
show.
like that that action.
Yeah, and there was a lot of excitement among, I mean, young developers just bringing their games over to the Xbox One console platform, and there was a lot of good vibes in there. A lot of friendships started, just began for us over there, and it was such a cool thing to experience over at this wonderful place. I mean, we were talking about on during the last day when we were leaving the place of the expo of the show, when we were leaving the place, we felt nostalgia. Well, like we felt
Absolutely.
sad about leaving that place, and that is one of the best signs you can possibly have about any experience out there, right? Just being sad about it being over, even though we were tired as hell.
Yeah.
Like my feet were just completely done, but I wanted to keep going. I wanted to keep having fans over at our chair playing Hunter Legacy. I wanted to keep talking to the press, to keep walking around the show and seeing all the excitement, even the excitement of people just watching a Just Dance competition, which I don't care about Just Dance, but just watching that excitement and sharing this big hall with thousands of people that are fans of Xbox and thousands of people that enjoy the same hobby that we do. That was such a great experience, and then just going back to the Idea at Xbox booth and just seeing the line for the indie games and just having a line for our own game. That was such an incredible thing, such an amazing experience that I don't know. I really don't think it's almost like I don't feel that we deserve that much praise.
Right.
And we got a lot of praise from people from Microsoft and Microsoft Mexico and Xbox Mexico, and even the guys at Xbox and Microsoft over the US. They talked to us like we were heroes, right? Like we were doing something spectacular, and that was something that I still can't grasp, really.
Right,
It's something incredible. And on Saturday we got out to the show before it began, because we have early access to the thing, right? So we were walking on the expo and we found Mayor Nelson just walking by,
That's right.
and of course we approached the guy and talked to him. Cool as hell. Larry here is, it's such a cool personality, such a cool person. We had a great talk with him. We even talked about the altitude and Mexico City and
Right.
a lot of random stuff, right? But the coolest thing is that we told him which one was our game, and he was like, "Oh, I'll be there in a couple minutes," right? So, yeah, we went back to our to the Idea Xbox thing. I remember the entry for the show, it wasn't open by that time, and people were still in line to enter the show. And like 10 minutes later, I was sitting down playing one of the other indie games, and I turned to my right, and I saw Mayor Nelson walking towards me,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "So I'm here. Which one is it?"
Yeah.
And I was just grabbing the controller, and I started shaking. I was like, "Oh my god,
He actually came.
He did come to play our game,
Right.
And yeah, immediately I just told him that's the game, that's the one, the Hunter Legacy thing, and he sat down and just sat down with him, and he immediately talked to us, and he was asking you, tell me about the game, and show me the game. And then he grabbed the controller and he started playing through the game. Then the camera people went over to our place and just started filming. And he was like, "This is Mayor Nelson for Xbox. We are here at the Xbox Fanfest at the Xbox booth playing Hunter's Legacy." And that is just to the camera with a microphone. Mayor Nelson sitting down there. That was, wow. I was so nervous but so excited, so pumped. Just one of those fantasy things, right?
Right,
So one
yeah.
of those magical moments in our lives. It was such an incredible thing, and we did this interview with him that lasted quite a while, right?
It did.
A good, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
And after it finished, he just stood up, said goodbye to us, and just went and just left. And I was like, whoa! So he came to play this
Yeah.
game, and that was like, wow.
Yeah. Talking about surreal things, right? I mean,
Yeah,
just having just the very
absolutely.
fact, right? The very fact of having hunters there with great games, huge games like other Mexican games like Kerbal Space Program,
Yeah.
other internationally renowned games like We Happy Few, Cuphead, Ark, Scorched Earth. Having being in the same space, being
Mm-hmm.
treated with the same amount and level of respect that all those other games that we've praised and that we've looked up to, uh, was amazing. And then having Larry Herb
Yeah.
come to our little booth and
Yeah.
sit down and play Hunters and be it the only game that we saw him play, right? Like,
Mm.
not out of because he was showcasing something, or he was showing something elsewhere or anything. That he came because he really just was curious about it and asked us about the game. Have him go there, play specifically our game, and sit down with us and have a nice chat. It was like we were dreaming, right? It was, as you mentioned, fantasy world. And we were very lucky to have him there. We were very lucky to be able to have the camera guys come over and film the thing, which we were not expecting at all. Having that experience was huge. Now, obviously, Larry is a great guy, and absolutely, he went there and he gave us specifically the chance. But I also want to make or give a shout out to the rest of the people there. The Oribe brothers with their game Son Pantli, Pablo
Grignani.
Grignani, yeah, there you go. He's actually from Argentina,
Yeah.
an Argentinian studio. Made Dogos, their game already out.
Available now for PS4 and Xbox One.
Absolutely right. And Lune with Suki and the Shadow Claw,
Mm-hmm.
which is not yet. No, it's not yet out.
It's,
Right?
it's not available yet. It's still in development. Phenomenal looking game.
Phenomenal looking game,
Yeah.
amazing, a very cute protagonist.
Yeah.
The Kerbal Space Program guys, I mean, they need no introduction, right?
Yeah.
Those other studios that were there and that showed their games and that have amazing games, really amazing looking games,
Mm-hmm.
and they deserve all this and more praise, right? So yeah, that's for Larry and this on Saturday. Then we had along all those 3 days a lot of people coming in. There was this one surreal moment, as you mentioned before, where Cuphead, which was the biggest game being showcased, or the one with the most renowned or most well known, if you may, and this our the one Xbox guy, which was there with us and rearranging people and making the line progress and whatnot. He told us, like, oh, look at that. Did you ever imagine that you would have people in line waiting to play your game, and that Cuphead, it's empty right now, that there's no one playing it, there's no one waiting to coming to play Cuphead? And we were like, whoa. No, we were not expecting something like that
I
happening.
hope that means something, man, about our game. But yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yes, it was. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what more can we say other than going all fanboys here and start telling our stories and whatnot. Is there anything else that you want to add? Anything else we're missing?
It was just very awesome, just having the chance to exchange words and meeting a lot, dozens and dozens and dozens of fans that came over to our booth and played. I don't think we had hundreds over the course of these 3 days. Hundreds of people playing just Hunter's Legacy, and it was just so cool, just having all of them and talking with them and hearing what they had to say. And a lot of them just were very excited about meeting the developers behind the game that they just played.
Yeah.
Which is a first for many people, really. Many people have not ever experienced something like that, and they were excited about that. And we, it's definitely my favorite part of my job, really. Just being able to meet the player, meet the person that sat down and played our game, and talking with him or her, and that was such an incredible thing for me to experience. It was so moving, so unbelievable, and I can't wait to experience that thing again. And a quick shout out to Enrique Hernandez Falcon, who is the Xbox
Thank
guy
you. Yeah.
that was over at the ID at Xbox booth, just helping all the developers with the line and just managing that kind of stuff. He was an amazingly cool guy. Thank you, Kike. It was such an honor to meeting you, and an honor having you over there helping us with this mess, because it was it was chaotic. I mean, the line to get into the show was 4 or 5 hours long.
Yeah.
They expected around like 6,000 people. They got double that or more, I think. It was such an incredible thing. And also a quick shout out to Juan Carlos Plasencia, which is our direct contact over at Microsoft Mexico, who's the guy that handled us and the guy that was our link to the company, and his attention to us was exceptional. And thank you, man. Thank you, bro. It was such an honor meeting you, and can't wait to go back to Mexico City and hanging out with you again.
Absolutely right. Yeah, I don't think there's much more we can add that's actually relevant to the show.
Right,
there's a lot more that we can add. That
we can talk about this for hours.
Absolutely. It was really an adventure, and but I mean, for what pertains to the show, I think that's the important things. There were a couple of announcements that were made during the show, very again localized, like a Gears of War circuit. It's kind of this little league, if you may, of Gears that's going to be taking place in the country. Also for Halo Wars, was it? Okay, I'll get back to you on that one.
They had something about that.
Yeah, the announcement of, finally the release of the Xbox One S here in Mexico, which is going to be happening probably by the time you already see this. It'll be already out, which is great because the console, we've praised it also a lot here. It's great for the price it has and the, Ultra HD Blu-ray player and the 4K scaling. It's a great price for a good console. If you don't have an Xbox One, this might be a great opportunity for you to get one.
It is, definitely.
And I think as far as announcement go, that's about it. I think, did they announce the release date for Dead Rising, or was that already public?
I don't know.
Coming on this December.
December, yeah.
That's right. So if you guys want to, slaughter some zombies for Christmas, then you might have a chance here with Dead Rising.
Yeah.
And, that's about it pertaining to the show. Now we are going to move on to the couple, bits and pieces of announcement that happened
because we are running out of time.
Yeah, we are.
As always,
yeah. Yay. So let's see here. There's not really much of a great like announcements, at least that we are aware of, because we didn't have much time to really see the industry this last week with all the running around. But there was this one interesting piece that I want to share with you guys. It's rumors again, and it seems like Nintendo rumors never stop coming. And this is one pertaining a specific focal point that we were very adamant in mentioning on our Switch reveal episode.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's rumors out there. It happened through a listing of Toys R Us. They always project their future thingies and whatnot, and this listing came up or leaked online about the possible pricing for the Nintendo Switch. We mentioned that it has to be, at least for us, it has to be under $299 for it to be a viable, really viable console.
$299 at most.
Now, the listing was for a $329. $249.
Well, it was three. At least the thing that I read, it was $329 Canadian dollars.
Really?
Which translates roughly to $249.
Yeah,
I think that was the thing.
Well, I
don't know.
Oh, yeah, no. I at least the one I'm seeing here, it's on
the US
dollars.
Okay. Okay.
On $249. $249. Yeah, there you go.
Great price.
Which would be great. Yeah. You mentioned that would be your ideal price, right? That would be the ideal pricing for a console like this. And I'm thrilled. I think that if they can pull this off, it's going to be a great deal for this for next year, early next year.
If they can hit that price point, that can be the thing that makes this console successful. That could be it. Because remember, that's $100 less than the price of the Wii U when it launched.
That's right.
And that's also $50 less than the price of the Wii U right now.
Right now.
So if they can really get this thing to be $249, wow. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
This could be huge. It's an important thing for them to have a good price point. Still, the number one thing for them should be the games and the lineup for launch and after launch. But this is a good indication. This could be
absolutely.
Good.
If we go by the fact that almost all of the rumors that we've found about the NX came true, if there's one that I wanted to do, it's this one.
Yeah.
So hopefully Nintendo can hit that price point. And on top of hitting this, I also want them to again, as we mentioned before, change that ideology that they have, be a little more open, be a little bit more of an embracing console, so that they can succeed, right? They can have a great generation with this Switch thing.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see more about Nintendo in the very near future.
Agree.
Now, moving on. Overwatch, Sombra. We talked about her last week. We said that she was she was obviously revealed at BlizzCon, and she was already available to play on the preview servers of the PC version of Overwatch. Mm-hmm. She's now available for all platforms.
Yeah, I saw the update yesterday.
Oh, great.
And I'm excited.
Yeah,
I haven't played with her because I've been very busy, and I don't think I'll play her up until next week.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw her, and I saw her being released, and that's cool. That's exciting.
Yeah,
exciting.
Absolutely.
So we'll be joining you, all of you players out there, in the coming days and next week at most, over there on Xbox Live with Guillermo and myself on PSN, and we'll be playing with you guys. So yeah, it could be a lot of fun.
That's it. Now a final couple of pieces, very small. You guys know of The Last of Us, right? We've talked about that game a little bit. It's kind of a good game. I'm just kidding. It's an amazing game. It's a huge game for Sony. They were actually making a movie for it.
Yeah.
Now, the piece is that the movie seems to be hitting a wall right now. It's on a standstill.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Raimi, who is bound to be the director of it,
Okay.
Outed the news, and he said that he's unable to move the project forward by himself, obviously. So the project's now on pause for the time being. I don't know. I was not even sure about a movie for the game so soon. And I mean, it's a great story. I get that, but I don't know. I would like this to stay as a game for the reasons that I already said before. That I think that this is one of the most, this is a top tier game that gives an amazing story without the need of going on a 2-hour format and just being a movie, right? This is what I see in the future for games, rivaling movies in terms of narrative. So it turned into a movie kind of defeats that purpose in a way. But anyway, that's my personal view of it. The story is amazing, so I'm sure it would be a hell of a great movie if it ever came to the big screen. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, that's for The Last of Us. I don't know if you have anything else to add to.
I'm excited because I think The Last of Us is a franchise that fits very well the movie thing. It's a franchise that can very well be adapted to the movie. And even if it sucks, I mean, I don't mind. The game will still be awesome. The game is still awesome, even if the movie sucks ass. And that nothing can take out from that wonderful masterpiece of a game. And I think they can pull it off. I mean, I hope, I damn well hope, because mostly because I am so excited. I'm a big fan of The Last of Us. It's one of the best games I've ever played, absolutely. And I'm excited about the idea of having more out of that universe, more out of that. But I know that if it's really happening, it's gonna take a while before we see that.
That's right.
On movie theaters. So meanwhile, we have Assassin's Creed coming up this year. The movie, and I don't know. I am a bit nervous about that one.
Yeah,
I'm a bit nervous, but I'm gonna watch it anyways because it's.
For what we've seen, it seems like it might be going
in
a good direction.
It could be a good movie.
Yeah,
but I want to get my hopes up. Really.
Yeah, I get you.
Because the only movie I think that I've ever seen that had to do with video games that was good was Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh,
but it wasn't based on a single game.
That's right.
It was a movie with video game stuff, and it was a phenomenal movie, really.
Yeah.
And it proved to me that you can mesh both industries into one thing and have something crazy,
Something
cool
cool. Yeah.
coming out of it. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the day that we see a good movie based on a video game.
Me too, man. Me too. Really, really hope so that day comes soon enough. I think the last piece I'm gonna leave for next week, possibly it's more of a discussion piece.
Okay.
So I'm gonna jump right next to our Gaming Frontier Ultra Super Random
Oh my
quick
God.
interview.
We are doing that.
We are, yes, we are, my friend. But this week is a little easier. Yeah, it's much easier. And we are, with the excuse of it being the 15th anniversary of the original Xbox coming out.
Right.
So
15 wonderful years of Xbox. That's
could
cool.
you picture that?
That's cool. That's
super
super cool.
a lot of time. And so the question is a very simple one, which is, from then on, 15 years ago, all the way to the present day, which has been your favorite Xbox exclusive so far?
Oh my my favorite Xbox exclusive game.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Damn it. Oh jeez, that's
I mean, I know there's a lot of games in there.
I mean, you have the entire Halo franchise. You have Gears of War, Perfect Dark Zero, which, I mean, as a fan of Perfect Dark, I know it's not that of a great game. It's something. Quantum Break, it's a recent one that I really enjoyed. Oh man. Oh God. Oh damn. Let me just take a quick glance at my list of games.
Right, absolutely.
While I keep thinking about it, because it's it's a tough one, bro. It's a tough one. Because right now I'm playing the Rare Replay thing, and it's exclusive to the Xbox One, but those are games that were released on other platforms before. I mean, it's a collection of games. I mean, Halo came to my mind immediately just because how much fun I've had playing that campaign in co-op with you and other friends. It's such a blast. Same for Gears of War. It's been fun doing that kind of stuff with other people. I mean, oh man, Mass Effect was an exclusive for a moment. I don't know if that's
true.
I don't know if that still counts. I don't think so, because it's not anymore an exclusive. Oh damn it! Banjo-Kazooie, nuts and bolts. I mean, I'm a big fan of Banjo-Kazooie, but that game wasn't that great when compared to other games from the franchise. I don't know if console exclusive games count. I mean, like Left 4 Dead 2. It was on PC, but it was exclusive to consoles. And I do not play ever on PC. So for me, as an exclusive thing,
that would count.
It could count, right?
Absolutely. Let's make it count.
Left 4 Dead 2 could be a thing. Oh jeez, man, it's Witcher 2, which was a sort of an exclusive on consoles too.
To Xbox.
Oh my God, it's this is tough. This is really tough. Alan Wake.
That's true.
Alan Wake.
Also a console exclusive.
It's a great exclusive too. Oh man, this is a tough question, really. I'm gonna go with Halo 3.
Right.
I'm gonna go with Halo 3, my favorite Halo campaign out there, and Halo. It's a blast. It's a blast to play with friends. Yeah, Halo 3 it's the killer app for me on Xbox. Also, I think both Alan Wake and Quantum Break are close enough.
Cool. Cool. Excellent. Yeah, I was actually struggling with myself with the very same question in terms of that, right?
Yeah.
If it's a console exclusive, would that count? And for me too, it's really Halo 3. It's on my top 2 games of all time. But going by that logic, I would actually say that Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, which was an original Xbox exclusive, it was a PC too, right? But at least it also came out exclusively for consoles on the original Xbox. And that game is phenomenal. That game is, narrative-wise, it's out of this world.
Awesome.
So yeah, that would be a close second.
Great stuff.
Yeah,
Great stuff.
very good. Are you playing anything? Have you have time to play anything this week?
Not really. I mean, before leaving for the Xbox Fanfest, I played a bit of Banjo-Tooie. Last night I played with a friend. I played Resident Evil 7 demo again.
Okay.
I went through that torture again at night. It was, oh god,
Right.
I'm awful at handling that spookiness. And yeah, I think that's it. Really. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
I haven't had the time to play
It
anything.
counts. Honestly, I haven't had the time to play
Yeah.
absolutely anything. Anything. So I hope for next week I have already
Definitely.
have the opportunity to play.
And
something.
I mean, we played Recore over at the Xbox Fan
Oh, that's
Fest.
true.
We
That's
played
true.
Suki. We played Cuphead. We
Yeah.
played Cuphead.
Yeah, we
And,
did.
Yeah, with those kinds of games. So yeah, but besides that, that's it.
Cuphead's very difficult, guys. It really is
It's a tough game.
a steep difficulty
Absolutely.
curve there. But yeah, I think that's about it, my friend.
Right.
That's all the time we have left. I didn't pull out the games coming out this week.
And that's it
Sadly
for
enough.
this week's episode. Then
Yeah, that's about
I mean,
it.
games coming out this week is Pokemon Sun and Moon.
That's
It's
right.
coming
Weeks right
out.
away, critically wise, it's
it's
having
getting
some praise.
A lot of praise.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs 2, Dishonored 2.
Yeah, all of which have been very
Well
praised.
received.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a good week for games. We'll give you a more complete list
Right
next
on.
week.
Right.
So thank you so much, guys, for having us. Thank you so much for seeing us. If you like the podcast, please give it a like, give it a share if you really liked it, and favorite. Why not? If you have anything you want to share, or you want to ask, or you want to just make us aware of, please leave a comment down below or send us an email. And I think that's about it, my friend.
You can always reach us on Twitter at _gamingfrontier and on Facebook as gamingfrontier at facebook.com/gamingfrontierentertainment. If you have any questions you'd like us to answer on the show, you can always reach us as well at gamingfrontier.contact at gmail.com. As every week, we'd like to thank Tecnológico de Monterrey and Mr. Isaac Estrella for making all of this possible and allowing us to use all of this cool, expensive equipment for the recording of this show.
Absolutely right. There you go. So be sure to be here next week for episode 35. And as always, thank you for being here. And remember to always keep playing. See you guys next week.
Hello, Phil.
Here's your share, my man. Here's your share. One day.